that all heads of schools be informed to operationalize the directive with immediate effect. In due course, management will issue further guidelines on the modalities for implementation, including the structure, rules, and financial accountability mechanisms of the reinstated PTAs to ensure consistency across all schools. By a copy of this letter, you are requested to bring this directive to the attention of all metropolitan, municipal, and district directors of education under your jurisdiction, and advise heads of public, senior, high school, and technical and STEM schools to stand ready for further instructions. Thank you, Professor Ernest Kofi Davis is Acting Director General. This is copied to the Secretary of the President, Honorable Minister of Education, the Deputy Minister of Education, Chief Director, Minister of Education, the Acting Director General, MS, Ghana Education Service Headquarters, Acting Deputy Director General, Q&A, GAS Accra, Director School and Instruction Division, Director General Administration, Ghana Education Service, headquartered in Accra. In the same vein, the PTA Association, the National Council, have also put out, this press release, a communique dated the 17th of July, 2025, commendation on the reinstatement of parent-teacher associations in pre-tertiary schools nationwide. The National Council of Parent-Teacher Associations wishes to express its heartfelt appreciation to the President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, for his timely and progressive directive, which has led to the full reinstatement of parent-teacher associations in all pre-tertiary schools across the country. We further commend the Ghana Education Service for its swift action in operationalizing this directive and instructing heads of institutions to immediately implement the reactivation of PTAs nationwide. This policy move acknowledges the critical role PTAs have played overall the years in supporting the delivery of quality education, infrastructure development, and community involvement in Ghana's education sector. The National PTAs Council wishes to assure the general public, parents, and stakeholders that it is committed to ensuring the effective and transparent functioning of PTAs across all institutions. We remain firm against any form of institutional manipulation or micromanagement that undermines the independence of parental voice in education and collaborative nature of PTAs in Ghana. Going forward, the Council will work closely with the GES and school authorities to ensure the PTA activities are aligned with best practices, guided by sound financial accountability frameworks, and focus solely on the welfare and educational successes of the Ghanaian child. We call on all parents, teachers, and school management teams to embrace their renewed mandate and work together in unity to achieve the common goal of enhancing Ghana's educational outcomes. Signed by Gov't Kofi Raphael, General Secretary, National Council for Parent-Teacher Association. So there you have it. Parents can then now go back to PTAs, as was cancelled back then. I've been joined in studio by two gentlemen. We'll get into the conversation. But first, Helen, you give us a wrap. The New Patriotic Party.
Yes.
Is meeting at the University of Ghana.
That's
over
right.
the weekend. What are they doing? Is it a party? Is it a conference? What is it?
Okay, let me adjust this microphone. Bear with me.
You want to position the microphone well.
Okay. We are set.
Helen,
all right. Most certainly. So the New Patriotic Party, the NPP, is set to hold its annual National Delegates Conference on Saturday, July 19th, 2025 at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium in Legon. And I'll run through just some very key details about the conference. So if you're wondering what is this all about, we'll give you a summary of that. Well, the theme of this Delegates Conference, Johnny, is rebuilding together with our values, highlighting the party's goal to revitalize its organizational structure, reinforce ideological identity, and strengthen unity as it prepares for the 2028 general elections.
Right.
The focus, they say, is that the conference will serve as a platform for reflection on the NPP's foundational values of rule of law, individual liberty, and promotion of private enterprise. We're also told that it will involve strategic planning and engagement on constitutional reforms to strengthen internal party structures. There will be discussions held on constitutional reforms. You know that there was a Professor Michael Quay committee that was set up to analyze what had happened in the just ended 2024 general elections.
Right.
And so there's going to be some analysis of the reforms that have been put forth. You know, in recent times, you hear paragraph this, paragraph that. This is the chance for them to actually delve into those matters. We're told security and logistics all catered for. I won't get into that.
Right.
Interestingly, though, there is some internal dissent and legal action to contend with. And we'll take a look at that. In the last 24 hours, there's been a development on that. But this is the summary of the applicant's case. Now, the end, again, I've run you through the basis of that.
The basis of the conference, but there was an injunction. Two persons who are not happy about what's going to happen on tomorrow and today, they have raised questions.
Indeed.
What are they demanding?
All right. So they say... So one, if you're following us on Facebook as well. So the NPP plans to hold a National Delegates Conference on 19th July 2025 without A, holding the required constituency and regional conferences.
Okay.
B, properly notifying constituency executive committees at least 1 month prior. C, circulating proposed amendments through official party structures instead. Only posted a circular on social media.
They find it problematic.
They find that problematic. Right. Okay. Now, the NPP constitution requires that A, constituency annual delegates conferences to be held before regional conferences.
Okay, and they say that this process was jumped.
Indeed.
So this layer was not abided by, and that's why they find it problematic that tomorrow the NPP intends to congregate at University of Ghana. Okay.
Exactly so.
What else is there?
So regional annual delegates conference to be held before the national annual delegates conference.
Right.
C, amendments to the constitution can only be made at the national annual delegates conference and not at an extraordinary national annual delegates conference. All right. Now, the process violates the NPP constitution and denies party members the opportunity to deliberate on proposed amendments. B, the National Council has no power to waive these constitutional requirements. C, no exceptional justification has been given for bypassing the proper procedure, and financial constraints cannot be used as a legal excuse to avoid constitutional compliance.
So these are concerns of the applicants. They think that the NPP has not been fair to them because they have a right and there's a procedure to doing these things, but these procedures have been sidestepped. We will get into that fine detail. But Nana Kumia has been a Minister for Information, he's been spokesperson for the Baumia campaign, he's led the charge, a respected voice in the NPP. What does he think, especially when former President Kufuor said, look, I've been sidelined, and the questions have been asked, so who are the ones advising for decisions to be taken? What has Nana Kumia been saying?
In fact, I was listening to him a couple of days ago on this issue. He says, and I'm quoting him here, he says, I do not think it is possible that President Kufuor would not be invited to meetings of these organs. Former President Kufuor is a member of all the party's national decision-making bodies, with the primary organ being the steering committee, whose decisions are subsequently reviewed by higher committees. The former president has designated 2 people in his office to receive all official invitations on his behalf.
Right.
So I do not think that the complaint I have heard President Kufuor make has to do with his invitations to the meetings. So
Nana Kumia is contesting the fact that President Kufuor couldn't have been sidelined and that he has 2 persons at his office who are mandated to receive such invitations. So is he by extension saying that the old man doesn't know what he's talking about? It's a simple question. It's a common sense question. That a man who is past 80, going into 90, doesn't know what he's talking about.
You know what I inferred from that? Because I listened to that full interview. I was speaking at another media house.
Did you live with your grandfather? Did you have a grandfather that you lived with on holidays?
I never met either of my grandfathers, but my grandmother, yes.
Your grandmother?
Yes.
And you think that your grandmother will not know what she says?
Very sharp lady. She knew.
When your mother comes, to pick you up after vacation, and your grandma, you'd contest what your grandmother says?
Never.
Okay. Do you know what the gun say? They say Shayo no pabejelo. We've been joined in studio by Mr. Solomon, who is a senior communicator for the Movement for Change. Also, Dr. Frederick Ntiamwa, lecturer, University of Ghana, is also a member of the NDC's National Communications team. We'll get into those conversations. But first, PTAs are back. Solo, welcome. Doc, welcome. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, young.
Solo, PTAs are back.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I mean, growing up and going to school, we enjoyed it. If your mother or father will not be interested in your education, then who else? So it has to be in collaboration with the teachers. That's why it's a Parents Teachers Association,
right.
So that the two bodies come together and develop the child.
Right.
So once it was scrapped, I was wondering how the schools were going to manage students. It's back. It's always good to go back and pick what is good.
Right.
So to that extent, I believe that the right thing has been done. They should continue rather strengthening the PTAs. That's the only way we can manage the schools better. We can improve discipline.
Right.
If you take parents out of the equation, I mean, 70% of the job is supposed to be done by parents.
That's right.
In bringing up a child. Once they don't know what is happening in the various schools, then we are not likely to have good citizens. So I am for it, and I thumbs up to the administration.
Great. Dr. Ntiamwa, you are a teacher. PTAs are back. What did we miss when they were away, and what do we stand to gain now that they are back?
Good morning, Johnny, and good morning to my good friend here. What I want to say is it's a good thing because for the past 8 years, I had the opportunity to take one of my cousins to the school.
Okay.
And when you get there, there was the issue of apathy on the side of the teachers.
Okay.
Because now that bond that existed between teachers and parents were no more there.
Okay.
That has been taken off by previous administration. And so when you inquire that, I need this service, every teacher says no. They say we shouldn't do A or B. Nobody wants to, come forward and say, I can help you get A or B, because they feel that it's not in their mandate, because they have dissolved the PTA, and so the teacher doesn't have any responsibility towards the parents, which was very difficult. I remember in one of the girls' schools where I sent my cousin. You go there, anything you ask the teacher, he says, we don't know.
Really?
And very frustrating. I sent the young lady myself.
So this is your own account?
Yes. So I think that bringing it back is a very good thing, because I remember, I'm not that old, but I remember some few years ago when I went to my former school as a young guy, St. Augustine's.
Right.
When I got there, they had put in place measures such that before even the first years come, PTA will meet, know how they are going to receive freshers. There were challenges and all that they resolve. This time, there's nothing like that. You go, even as I speak right now, the young lady, who happens to be a cousin of mine, goes to school and sleeps on the floor. I'm telling you, this is this school.
It's a girls' school?
Yeah, it's a girls' school.
In the central region?
Yeah, just central region here.
Wesley girls?
No. The one,
Bishop Porter girls?
No, the one close to Infantiman girls.
Infantiman girls,
yes.
right.
She's in the second year. If school resumes and you don't go early, you find yourself sleeping on the floor.
And you think it's a problem of the PTA, because the PTA were crowded out?
Yes. I think that because there was no any formal, body to report such incidents to, because now the teacher is left alone. He's not going to think with any parent. You ask questions and they said from above, we are not supposed to do anything. So I think it's a very good thing.
Great. And thank you very much.
We commend the president.
Nana Kumia seems to suggest that President Kufuor could not have been sidelined, as the old man says, and that there are two people who are supposed to receive letters on his behalf at his office, and that he's an integral part of the NPP. There's no way he could have been sidelined. What do you know?
Johnny, it's very pathetic. The statement from Nana Kumia suggests to me that it's either former President Kufuor was lying when he said that he has not been involved in any decisions of the party, or Nana Kumia himself is lying, or somebody at the president's, former president's office is denying the president the opportunity of taking part in a meeting. So between the three of these
groups,
bodies,
right?
one is lying. You know, but remember when former President Kufuor was granting the interview, he made a very categorical statement that he has not gotten to the stage where he's mentally retarded.
That's right.
What it means is that he remembers everything that happens around him.
That's
and so therefore, I don't have any reason between Nana Kumia and former President Kufuor to go with what Nana Kumia is saying, but rather go with what
President Kufuor is saying.
Except that, like I've said throughout the week, I do not sympathize with what he has said, because if there is anything that is untoward happening to him today, it is because he sat down unconcerned when things were degenerating, when former President Nana Kufuor and his gang were busily destroying the party. He should have voiced out as a former president, as a former leader of the party, who knew where the party was, how it came to power in 2001, the struggles that the party had to go through since 1969, that Buzia came to power and was overthrown in 1972. The party had never tasted power till 2001. So he should have been the last person, should have sat down for some of these things to have happened to the party. It has happened now. The party seems to be going down very fast. And so everybody wants to stay out of why they got there. And that is why I see it as not being forthright with the people of this country, particularly the NPP faithfuls that believe so much in former President Kufuor that some of us held him in high esteem. You understand? He was the reason that some of us, apart from my dad who virtually born us into the NPP, that made me to love the new patriotic party.
President
Kufuor. Because of
you idolized him.
I idolized him because I thought that he held the NPP's ideals in high esteem. The rule of law, always going by what the Constitution says. But you sat down, for instance, Paul Afoko. He was someone who has supported you all his life.
That's correct.
He fought for a chairmanship position of the party. He won a difficult election. You remember that election when he was even subjected to a BNI, National Security Investigations.
That's right.
He went through all this, went to Tamale, and in Tamale I was there. I saw how people were camped. The only thing that saved Paul Afoko was that there was Stephen Ayesu team and there was Fred Owari, both coming from one camp. So they splitted the votes that they could have gotten to win. And the Kufuor camp never forgave themselves for allowing Paul Afoko to win that election.
I don't understand. How did they not forgive themselves?
Because they thought that Paul Afoko was highly aligned to Mr. Alanchamantin. And so for him to become the national chairman, it means the 2014 internal primaries, presidential primaries, was going to be skewed towards Alanchamantin. So they were not happy. On the field, people were visibly angry with the outcome. All this he went through and won an election. Only for few people, 3 or 4 people, against what the national delegates, the conference has done to sit in Accra here and remove Paul Afoko. I thought that time, if there was nothing at all, a statement from President Kufuor condemning that crime should have been issued. He said, oh, because of the party. Because of the party mantra. Today you are still a member of the party. So how are you speaking out today? You must allow it to go like that. How you have behaved in the past. But on the contrary, he sees where the party has gotten to. And now at his age, we don't clamor that people will leave the scene. But it is inevitable. We are not mortal. So he has to leave a soundbite where tomorrow you and I will be playing that. He said this before he left the scene. Because now he has said
Are you saying that he's just saying it so that it will be captured in history?
Absolutely. Because
not because he cares about anything that's happening.
Because all this, some of us told him that, old man, if you didn't know, A, B, C, D was what was happening to the party, and that if you did not intervene, the party will collapse. Anytime you said that, he will reply by telling you that, party, I'm a party person. I go with what the party says. And you continue to be a party person. Nothing has changed. So you must keep quiet and still enjoy what you are seeing. And that's why I tell you that, look, it's just a soundbite. Because he had known in all these years, and nothing was done about it. See what happened to Mr. Alanchamantin, Kwabena Japan, Sami Crab, All these people, the time the invisible forces were introduced into the NPP politics, how people were beating left, right, center. He never said anything about them. How people who were aligned to him were sidelined virtually from Nana Kufuor's administration. Before you could get a place in Nana Kufuor's administration, you needed to, as it were, disown Kufuor's faction before you were treated good.
Is that what happened?
That is what exactly happened. And that's why you see a lot of ungrateful beings and souls now saying whatever they want. And so, for me, he didn't need to say anything. Just keep quiet and let us all enjoy.
But there are those who also say that, look, Mr. Lantramatin breaking away with the likes of you and many other people who were, at the heart of the NPP, caused the NPP to be in this state of disarray as they find themselves now.
Yes.
Would you take that?
No, absolutely. I mean, because, the party got to a stage where dissenting views were not welcomed. It was all about the president says this. I mean, if you look at the executive, they won't come out to say it. So that tomorrow, if they come and say that these were the challenges that they were facing, I will not take them serious.
Right.
But I know for a fact that all the period that the NPP was in power, before they could operate, they had to go to the Jubilee House to go and take money. How do you organize a party like that? So that if you were the national chairman, the general secretary or the organizer, and you needed to rely on the presidency to run the activities of the party, how then would you go against the decision of the presidency? So the party was captured by the presidency and it was used to do anything anyhow. And that's why they seem not to be disciplined in the party. 2 days to, what do you call it, National Delegates Conference. 2 people are in court.
That's right.
And make no mistake, it's not 2 people. Because I know the background. I know the people are behind them. Some of the aspirants who cannot come out boldly.
So they are being used.
So
they are fronting for people.
And they are in the large, or they are in the majority. Those that are fronting,
the 2 who are fronting
they are just a decoy. Because people believe that this early conference is just to, as it were, satisfy a particular candidate. Here they are talking about Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, this top-down approach.
Right.
If we were going to have justice, if the laws, the rules of the land were going to be applied, if the NPP's constitution would be applied to the letter, the injunction must suffice. Because what are you going to discuss at the National Delegates Conference?
Changes
to
the
that
rules.
Is why the parties, in its own wisdom, the framers of the Constitution said, before there is a National Delegates Conference, there has to be a constituency delegates conference.
That's right.
When a decision is taken at the National Council level, the General Secretary is supposed to communicate this decision to the region, by extension to the constituencies.
Right.
That these are the issues that will be tabled for discussions at the
National Conference.
So at the constituency level, it is deliberated, a decision is made. So each constituency goes to the regional delegates conference and present their view that on this matter, we believe that we have to go this way.
Okay.
The decisions that will be made at the regional level is what will be taken to the national level.
Okay.
So that we come to the national level, that is not where we are going to debate again. Ashanti region.
You are bringing the decisions to the table, and then you agree.
So this time around, you say you are going to hold a National Delegates Conference. Constituencies have not met to take a decision. The region has not met to take a decision. The first time they are going to deliberate on it is at the national level. Is it not going to be chaotic?
So you say that the NPP constitution recognizes a bottom-up approach.
Absolutely.
But then this current dispensation sees a top-bottom approach.
It's just to favor a particular
candidate. That's not fair if you say that.
No, but that is the obvious truth. But they won't say it. But like I said...
Who are engineering this?
Oh, those that are with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, they are the ones in here.
But the national executives are supposed to be neutral.
They are holding them. Nobody is... you were in this country. You observed our internal elections. I'm very happy that you were still active on radio and stuff. Here was a party that you would go to a campaign as Mr. Lanchamat. You get to a region, and the regional executives will abandon you. Say, oh, if they see us with you, we are dead. I said, what? One party that you are supposed to be neutral? You heard Chairman Wuntumi in offense, actually declaring for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia when we were all doing campaign. In fact, I was at the General Secretary election, General Secretary, all the regional executives en bloc. How do they put it? They
came together like what they did for Adekoka. They came together.
Yes, they all endorsed. John Boadu. So total indiscipline.
So how is that total indiscipline? The people believe in a candidate.
But that is why you
Why do you label that as indiscipline?
No, it's indiscipline. They themselves are look at what happened recently at Kufuor North, where a candidate defies the position of a party. The party says don't take part in an election. Immediately after that press conference, the candidate said, what are you talking about? I'm going. And the very people that took the decision, who were sitting at the press conference, they go and join her at the campaign grounds and do a campaign. Then after the whole show, the party calls a meeting and says, oh, we couldn't punish her because she came to apologize. So in the NPP now, the standard is that go and commit crime and come and apologize and you are free to go.
But that is not what the NPP stands for.
That's what I'm saying, that there is no leadership. And that President Kufuor is only giving you a soundbite. He has seen it. He has seen where they are. And so let me say something for posterity. That's all that he has done.
Hello, you get into trouble. Oh. You say President Kufuor is just doing soundbite.
Oh, yes, he has given you soundbite. He has given you
and that there's no leadership of the NPP.
About what?
So what is Justin Kodua, Nana Boache, all of them, the women organizer, what are they, KJFR, what are they doing?
Johnny, interestingly, the day that Justin Kodua held that press conference to announce that the NPP was not taking part in the Kufuor North rerun, the candidate herself was sitting at the high table. She heard the man say loudly that we were not taking part in the election. Immediately after that, she said, I'm going to contest. They don't respect them one bit. They see them as people who are only there representing a position, but do not have any authority. And so there is nothing in there. I believe that they should rather go back to the basis. It's not too late. Go back to the constituencies, reorganize your polling station, get to the constituency, get to the region, before you get to national. Where lies the rush? You are saying you are going to discuss issues like the Professor Michael Quay's report.
That's right.
How many of the party delegates have even seen the report, let alone read the report? Because you remember the day that they launched that report, nobody was given access to the report.
That's right.
Recently, I heard Gabi complain that even Nana Kufuor has not been given a report.
Are you
I heard him online. Gabi has a
former president.
Yes, that he doesn't know the content of the report. If indeed what he was saying was anything to go by, then that makes it very serious.
So who has the report? So
in Bono, Abronye's constituent region, when they got there during the thank you tour, that was when I heard Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia quote copiously from the report. So from my understanding, he has a report.
Okay.
So that when he sees or meets Hughes and knows that in page 76 your name is mentioned,
then he will tell
out
you.
Of that, all. But even Johnny Hughes was part of the reason we lost in page 20 without you knowing. How can this be fair? You understand? So it is a messy situation that I never imagined in my life that a party like NPP will get to this situation.
I see. Doc, let me bring you into the conversation. This is what President Kufuor said. Solo thinks that he's just dropping sound bites for us so that when he is no more, we will remember him per these sound bites. These are your arch rivals who seem to be having some issues on their hands. They want to go to Legon over the weekend to go and try and solve this matter. Your school.
Yeah.
Do you see light at the end of the tunnel?
What I will say is, I am really sad.
Why are you sad?
I mean, the biggest opposition party to be in this state as we speak right now. And with the conference that they are trying to have tomorrow, from the way they have put the structures, I can sit here and say that nothing good will come out.
Oh,
because
wish your enemies well, at least.
Oh yes, but you see, when you look at the foundation, if the foundation is weak, then everything you put on the foundation will collapse with time. Because here is the case: they are whitewashing somebody and they want to sell that person at all cost.
Who are they whitewashing?
No, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Why are you all focusing on Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia? There's Brian Champon, there's Kennedy Japan, there is...
we heard him immediately after the election when the matters of economy started coming up, and our administration was able to stabilize the economy in terms of the CD gaining strength against our forex and all that. He came and said, because our president is going to finish his tenure by the end of the next 4 years, he will contest again, and he knows that definitely he's going to win because we are going to bring in a new candidate. So already he has affirmed the fact that no matter what, he's the one going to lead the NPP, which is not the right position because you have contenders. And so you should give them the credit to also, have some weight. But if you make it and you rubbish all of them and say that I am the one going to contest no matter what, and I know that anybody the NDC brings on board, I'm going to win. Let's come back to President Kufuor's comment. I listened to him and I'm very sad. The reason why I said sad in two ways. Sad in the sense that for a man of his stature,
right,
and the kind of work he's done for the New Patriotic Party,
right.
If it wasn't President Kufuor, this party wouldn't have enjoyed power.
You mean this tradition, the tradition?
Yes, tradition, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you look at the kind of work he's done in the past, we are all history students, so we read history and we get to know what he put in place. In the interview, you realize that he was mentioning how he was able to hold the front,
right,
fight hard, and was able to, take power for
jailed and all of that.
And all that. Then today somebody gets up, Nana Komia, and insults this man to the level that Ghanaians cannot imagine.
Do you consider that as an insult? He said, still, as far as he knows, there's a structure at the former president's office, and that he couldn't have been sidelined.
He says the man is lying. That is, you can infer from his statement.
Oh, you are inferring.
And if the man is lying, then two things. He's an old man. Either he's suffering from dissociative amnesia. It means that he cannot remember anything. This is not selective.
But he said that he is not that old, and he's not somebody who can suffer that
you have it. Because what you are saying, you are lying. You see, when we were growing up, I had a great grandmother. She was the one who brought me up. My mother was somewhere, so I was left with her. At a point when she was about to leave the scene, she'll eat in the morning, and in just about 30 minutes, she'll make noise and say that the whole day
she hasn't eaten.
And that is dissociative amnesia.
But President Kufuor said he hasn't gotten to that stage yet.
Yes, I accept, our father saying that he hasn't gotten there. But these are people around him. These are his party folks. These are people who have interacted with him for some time being. And they know that what the old man is saying is a lie. He has lost memory. He has lost everything. And that's what I'm saying. It's an insult. If he is contesting the fact that he has his memory intact and somebody is making statement that suggests that completely he doesn't remember anything, that is an insult, to the old man. And I think that this thing has gotten to where it is as it stands now because, like my brother Solomon was saying, he has allowed it. And we say it in the local parlance. When they were doing it to other people, he was quiet. So today, they have seen that once he could not stand up to say what they were doing was wrong, they can easily, walk over him with such statements because...
So it's payback time, you say?
And that
but to what end? If they do that to him, then to what end? What are they seeking to achieve?
Because now they don't regard anybody. What they want to see is that what they say is a final. They put constitution aside, they put anything aside. People they are supposed to consult, they don't consult them. We were here when they were on the 17th of June, when they were going for their national executive meeting.
Right.
Before the national executive meeting, there was a release from the family of the chairman of the party,
Mr. Stephen Tim. Right.
Yes. And they were saying that they have openly come out to discuss with the party executive and the leadership that the man is not fit to call for such a meeting.
Okay.
And on that day, I was at NIT FM. And on the morning show, Nana B called and was justifying that the man is even angry with the family members.
That they wrote such a statement.
Yes, because the man says he's fit. Meanwhile, the man saying he's fit is just through Nana B, not he himself coming out with
to declare
statement.
that he's fit.
trying to tell you that they try to tie the hands of people and force their way through. That was the beginning of the agenda that they are pushing to have tomorrow. Because they wanted at all costs for that meeting to come on, bypassing all the party structures. Like we saw, I've seen their constitution. You need to start from constituency, you come to regional, before you even think of national. Now, call a meeting, an old man that is sick, even the family described the man having issues in terms of mental stability and all that, and they force the man to call for the meeting because they know he will not be there and he will not be in the right frame of mind to decide what is good and what is wrong. And so they call and they allow somebody within their circle that they know is a very good person in terms of Dr. Baumia's camp.
So you say all of this is being engineered in the interest of Dr. Baumia. But then if that is being engineered, your party claimed that Dr. Baumia is not fit for purpose. So you should be happy.
No. What we are talking about is that, fine, I have friends who are NPP members. They are saying that they are not happy.
Okay.
And as citizens of this country, we have the right to also read in between the lines and discuss matters if they are not right. So as I sit here right now, what I am saying is that what I have seen, they have started to make sure that they bring one candidate. The candidate has already declared that he's the one coming. So it means that any other person, whether Mr. Kennedy is coming, whether Dr. Duchum, Brian Champon, all those people, he just rubbished them right from the beginning when he started talking that he's the one coming and nobody can contest him on any day.
Okay.
So with the issue they are going to have, I think that it's just a matter of two things. They know that now the man has failed woefully in terms of the last election, and with time the goodwill that he has will dissipate. So in order for the goodwill not to dissipate, let's package him fast. Because if we want to start from party structures, by the time we are done with constituency, even the very people who voted for him in the last election, most of them would have been changed. And so let's start from the top so that those people who voted will still be in power and they'll still vote because he has control over them. And that is what they are doing.
I see.
And if he wins to, and they are still going to go by the structure from top, now they are going to do selective. It means that if you don't align with his ideology, you will not win. These things are very clear to read. And that's why I'm saying that whatever they are going to do is not going to help them. In the end, they will package the baller, and when Ghanaians open it, they will still see that this is baller, we need to throw it away. And I can assure you, 2028, if he comes, he will be thrown out like any garbage.
It's 9 o'clock here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Dr. Ntiamwa and Solomon also are my guests. Listen to President Kufuor.
To the point, sir. Many are that stage. And think at least I am Mamma TB. I'm not about compare some young near being them say. Nia could run on now many party me be. Think I met mature in me family. So her Ghana political party, political history. I can't say UGCC. But if you 47 69 was there. Time nearly power for Ghana. 2 years, 3 months, Buzia time. Me, 69, maybe 30 years, and be a member of parliament. Be a founding member of Progress Party. 2 years, 3 months, Buzia, I am deputy foreign minister. I jump on 2 years, with them sick. The team and number Asha Fort prison with them 1 year, 3 months. Sabine did their course moved behind another detention. But I know I did build a year. From 72 January, I jump on 2 years side, the tradition. Yeah, more power beyond that till 2001. Me, I'm a crane departing by power. 2 terms. Ghana, didn't see. Anyway, then the baby say, a young woman, a prepare woman. Na bibi se be kwana nyame ada o ma me chona ya beg no me kura mentiase
Our our engagement with you this morning is very simple. That we have our evidence, undeniable evidence, overwhelming evidence to clearly show that we won the Blikumanov parliamentary elections. And yesterday, when National Executive Committee met, we said that under no circumstances will we be intimidated. Never. Under no circumstances will we be coerced to go for a rerun. We will not go for any rerun. The new Patriotic Party will not go for any rerun. We have won the elections. We have won the elections. What we are asking the Electoral Commission is to follow the court directive, to finish the coalition and declare our candidate Kufuor as the MP-elect for Blikumanov.
NPP, development and freedom.
Solo, I have a fun mail for you here. It says, good morning, Johnny. God bless you for bringing Solo. Ever since my TV got spoiled, I have never had the opportunity to watch my favorite TV channel. 3FM is my last resort now. I'm glad Afrafanto Solo is here. I love listening to him. He's full of wisdom. This is your fun mail.
I'm grateful to him.
Hakman Oswajiman, who served under President Kufuor, is the chairman of the Council of Elders of the NPP.
Yes.
Why would he sit down for something like this to happen to his boss?
He was also boxed into the Kufuor gang.
I don't understand.
He was part of the cabal.
Hakman
Yes. In fact, he was more dangerous than a Kufuor.
Pardon?
More dangerous.
Explain.
Look, the hatred that Hakman harbored for President Alan Chamati, if I were to tell you today, I will need the whole day. Recently, I heard one of his henchmen, Boatin, the former constituency chairman for New Gov't, saying that he was going to organize demonstration against Alan Tremantin should the NPP make the attempt of bringing Alan back to and I looked at Boatin, who was giving those orders, and I laughed. Your party that is collapsed. You see, what people don't know is that Alan left the NPP when the NPP was in power. Who will leave a party when the party is in power that you can get all the largesse? Some of us, we left the party when the party was in power. Hakman, because of the hatred for Alan, could not see in between the lines where they were taking the party to.
He couldn't have hated him that much.
Oh, he hated him that much. And it stems from the fact that as far back as 2007, we were all doing internal politics.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Alan has surfaced into the arena, wanting to be the flag bearer of the NPP.
Right.
So he was going about his campaign. You know, they underestimated Alan then. They thought he was a neophyte in the politics. Meanwhile, Alan had been a founding member of the NPP. As young as age of 25, 26, he was chairing the Young Executive Forum. So his campaign strategy was that, you know, in those days, we didn't have a lot of delegates.
That's right.
These were targeted about 9, 10
That's right.
of them.
That's right.
What Alan was doing as far back as 2006 and 2007 was that when he goes into a constituency, he will not focus on the 9 delegates that were. He would rather organize a deba and speak to the entire constituency, because his belief was that these delegates, people could influence their choices.
Right.
So by the time Kufuor could say Jack, together with Hakman Dems, Alan had taken over the grassroots base. Now there was a campaign up north. There was this facility that any of the aspirants could go to the Ghana Air Force.
Right.
They had this helicopter.
Air Force Base.
Air Force Base. You go and pay. You go and rent it to go and do your campaign. It was not for free, and this facility was available to all the aspirants. Alan was going to hold a meeting up north. He felt that going by road was going to delay his campaign activity.
Right.
So he went and paid for this.
For a helicopter.
Got to North. Hakman was also holding a meeting with these delegates. When the delegates heard that Alan had come with a
helicopter,
they all abandoned Hakman. And since then...
So his helicopter disrupted the meeting.
And he had never forgiven Alan for that. Meanwhile, Alan has played an instrumental role in terms of even his own business.
But why did he also take the helicopter there at that
It was
particular time?
available. I'm going up north. Going by road, I felt that to delay my time. I'll go and pay. Mr. Hackman had the opportunity of also using that. It was not only assigned to Mr. Alan Chamati for anybody to even blame him. Everything, if Alan is looking at the north, Mr. Ajima is looking at the south. But we are fine with that. You know, everybody in this world that will like your matter. As we are sitting here, you haven't even spoken to someone in my village, maybe he sees your face, he hates you. That's part of life. But for him to have been the chair of the Council of Elders,
that's right,
and for the party to degenerate into this, I thought he could have resigned.
But President Kufuor is supposed to be part of the Council of Elders, no?
Now the man is complaining that they don't invite him to any meeting. For him to have said that they don't involve him in decision making means they don't invite him to any meetings at all. And that is where the problem is.
But he, by his stature in the party,
yes,
and also having been a former president,
yes,
he qualifies to be in the Council of Elders.
So he's a member of the Council of Elders.
So how would he not be invited?
So it means that
if you remember,
there is a cabal within this Council of Elders, depending on the decision for the day, this man will be difficult. Let's sideline him and go with these people. Go and do immediately. The General Secretary issues a statement. How are you going to come out? Especially if you know President Kufuor very well, it's always party first.
Right.
So once a statement is put out there, he will hardly come and challenge it. They saw his weakness. When we were saying that, look, you needed to speak out. When they need him the most, you don't involve him in decision making. But when you realize in 2024 that you didn't have any credible person to endorse your candidates, you brought him down from in a wheelchair to come and tell the entire country that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was a man of destiny.
Yes, I remember that. He did that
So
at the UPSA.
At the UPSA. Johnny, when he said that, some of us came out and said, on what basis? He should give us the basis for that declaration.
He said he had the brightest vision and he had the fine ideas that would turn around the Ghanaian situation. Those were the basis for which he said that. Solo.
When he made those statements, that was when the Ghanaian began looking at him with 4 eyes. Like, hey, this man, if you don't take care, you do as a Wagadre. You know Wagadre?
Yes. Ajana 1, Ajana 2.
Ajana 1. No, we won't allow Ajana 1 to happen. Because that statement was just not right. Beyond that, they took journalists to his house. You know, when they need him, they will go and humble themselves before him. 2 journalists from Kumasi went to him and then caused him to declare that of all the 12 candidates that were contesting in the situation, but Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was so deep a thinker, he could manage the economy well. I said, hey, President Kufuor, what is happening?
That is his conviction. That's what he believes.
Anyway, so let that conviction be. You have stayed put, you have kept quiet all this, so you be keeping quiet. It will rather help him, rather than today crying to all of us. You know, who said that? Is it Martin Nimole or so? Who said that they came for the socialists, you never spoke?
Yes, he never spoke.
Came for the Jews. They went for Afoko, you never spoke. They went for Kwabena Japo, you never spoke. They went for Alan Chamati, you never spoke. They went for a lot of people. Sami Crab. All of them are dead now. So who will come to your aid? What you did is falling on deaf ears. To the extent that Nana Kumia will even have the gut or the boldness to say that you are lying.
He was an appointee of President Kufuor too, right?
He made him a minister, deputy minister at information, which he never performed.
Oh, come on, please.
Oh, he didn't perform.
So low.
He is my cousin. He was an MP in my area, Okakwe South. Go to Okakwe South and pinpoint 1 or 2, 3 that come here. He didn't do anything.
The library. That
library was never finished. Dakwa also came, never finished.
Oh, Dakwa has finished it.
Dakwa. That's why she got the percentage I got.
Oh,
you know, I'm happy you know the constituency very well.
Oh, Solo, stop.
Can you pinpoint 2 things that he did at the constituency? The constituents were only voting for him because Okakwe sat out, you know. They will say even if you put a chicken there. So it got into the heads of aspirants, NPP candidates. They will come, they would never do anything at the constituency. And this young man came there, what's his name?
Kion.
He came to share fouls and won. They have warned him that he too, ever since he went to parliament, I haven't seen anything, not even a single meeting. Because that's a middle class constituency. If
That's
you take
right.
out the Bubuashi and those, the rest are the estates.
Kuman Zongo areas.
So there is not much work to be done in that constituency. But they come and they don't do anything. All in the name of, here is NPP.
Okay. Doc, Hakman Osajiman, Council of Elders. You know that in an African setting, they say when there are elders in the house, things go the way they have to go. But now, Council of Elders, a member of the Council of Elders is now out there saying that, look, I'm not involved in any decisions. So the question is, who has been taking the decisions for the party?
Johnny, I will say, I think that this NPP party, if they want to be very credible as an opposition party, they need to humble themselves. Because let me give you a little background from my party's stand.
Right.
We suffered a humiliating defeat in 2016.
That's correct.
And that really humbled us. Because before that defeat, if you recall, then our former president, our founder,
right?
Yes, may his soul rest in perfect peace.
Flight Lieutenant J.J. Rollins, retired.
Yes, he has started making statements the same way President Kufuor is doing. That, but then we had sidelined him, and nobody was involving him in decision because at that time the party thought we were in control. But after that defeat, we needed to go back and reflect. And you realize in 2020, prior to the election, we were mentioning his name with touch of reverence. That shows that this party can go back, reflect, and learn something.
So the NPP has not done that?
No. You can clearly see that the arrogance is too much in the party. I can tell you. I'm a young man, but
who is leading the arrogant army?
Those who have power and those who have money. Because
it's money
some
and
people
power.
believe that for the past 8 years, the kind of fortunes that they have accumulated, those who were in office before them did not get that opportunity. So who are you to talk when money is talking? And that is what they are using to ride over the brains and the wisdom in the party. So now if you are the brain and the wisdom, you don't have money. And money is buying you.
Your wisdom stays in your head.
That is it. If money buys you, you have to now speak the language of money. If money says go and say this, then you speak. And that is what is not helping.
But should a man not be a man of his own and speak his mind?
Have you seen the people around him? Currently, if you look at the past administration, the kind of position that they had and the kind of influence that now they have on the party. It doesn't matter. You might be a very fine person with wisdom and knowledge and experience, but now they have decided to boycott all these things, and now they are working with money. So if you don't have money, you saw when Wuntumi was arrested, it was a game of who has more money.
Right. I said it here, I remember.
Yes.
The three people, everybody trying to show face that they had what it takes to take him out of the lion's den.
Yes.
So now for you to have a math and
all
speak
of them are contesting now.
For you to have a math and speak in NPP, if you don't have Laja, your voice will not reach far. Or at best, they will buy you so that they'll give you a voice. So it's no more your voice. So I'm sure the man has been caged to follow a certain fashion, and which is not going to help them. They need a savior to redeem them. I don't know the savior.
Dr. Baumia is a good savior, is he not? Kennedy Japan?
I cannot sit here and say that this person is the savior, but I'm sure within themselves, they know who can do the right thing. The people they have abandoned. You realize that when they had a Professor Michael Quay's report, Kennedy came out boldly to say that some people like Alan Chamartin, Mr. Alan Chamartin and the rest, they should bring them back into the
party. But he has insisted that he's not going back.
Yes. Party will be ready by next week or next 2 weeks.
Your party will be ready?
Yes, soon.
So he's not going back?
No, what are we going to do, Johnny?
Oh, but that is your party. It's your beloved party.
There is no credibility with the NPP. So they have to come and I mean, hide under our
Are you
umbrella.
crashing the MPP so that your party will stand, or what? What are you doing?
No, the Ghanaian has rejected the MPP.
So
That's the truth.
I think that they need to go back to the root. Maybe if they keep knocking, say knock. One day, the door will open. As we stand now, it will be difficult for Mr. Alan Chamartin and my boss here to admit that if they come today, they will accept them. They need to look at what is in the proposal they are bringing. If it's for Ghana and they are also fighting for Ghana, why won't they join? But if it's for individuals to enrich themselves and come and show that to Ghanaians that we have worked hard, Ghanaians are lazy. Some of you went to school with empty head. That is why you are poor. This kind of statement. Yes, this kind of statement. I'm not sure. The way I know Mr. Solo, he will follow them. There's no way.
So what does the MPP need to do to come back to its former glory? You say the glory is gone.
It's gone.
But what do they need to do to come back as we wrap up this first batch of the conversation?
There has to be a radical change in the party. They have to go back to the original ideas where competition was encouraged. Go back to the basis, the polling station, elect a free and fair. It will interest you to know that when you go and take one day, I'll give you the Okakwe South album, Delegates album.
Right.
I have a copy there.
Right.
And then interested, there are telephone numbers in there. You just spare 30 minutes and call some of them. You see those that sleep on the roads.
Right.
These
right. Under the bridge.
Under the bridge, and then
towards
in front of shops, and then
towards the what do you call it? TV Africa.
Absolutely. All of them are delegates.
I got those reports.
Yes, all of them. I have been a coordinator in that Mokose. And I sometimes I was baffled that how can MPP do this to itself? Because someone wants to be the
in fact, there were people who lived in the constituency whose name were taken out. Original people. I mean, when in 1996, 2000, that they were doing the right thing, those that really loved the party, built the party, all of them were taken out and then replaced with people that were sleeping outside. So that during the election, and interestingly, they will not even bring their pictures in the album. What they do is that because they know that is not their permanent place of abode, election time, they go and see whether it's Solomon Owusu, they will call and see whether you are around. If you say you are not around, they will go and do an ID card with the same Solomon Owusu and give it to another person. Go and vote for me. That's what they have been doing. Really?
Oh, yes.
Hey.
So it is not any election. That's why they are so confident. That's why they want to rush this process through. They give it to agents. Like the regional organizer, they about 10 constituencies for you. You do it together with the secretaries. They go and get people and put them in the album. And I believe that the country as a whole must take a keen interest in what happens at the various constituencies with political parties. Because political parties are public institutions as we captured in our constitution. If these people are the ones going to give us parliamentary candidates who stands the chance of becoming parliamentarians, no wonder sometimes you see the quality of representation and you want to run away because they got it cheap. So for me, when they are able to do that, they will get genuine people putting themselves up for elections and then go through the bill, those that want to serve. But with the current arrangement, it's all about money, like I was saying. Those that have the money are the ones controlling. But money is not everything. Money can lead you to a point, but at a certain point, you need wisdom to be able to carry it through.
Okay, Helen, there's a confusion happening somewhere. The two people who are said to said they are fronting for some people.
Indeed.
One of them says he didn't file the suit. He's disassociating himself. What do we know?
In fact, that was what I was alluding to, that there seems to be, rightly as you mentioned, some confusion about this suit. And let me quickly just catch you up to speed. This is reported less than some 12 hours ago. Confucian Rocks NPP has membered his own suit against party ahead of Delegates conference. Right now, confusion has emerged within the NPP ahead of the Delegates conference after a High Court writ surfaced listing two party members as plaintiffs in a suit against the party, one of whom has now disassociated himself from the case. Now, if you are watching on Facebook, you can follow along with that statement statement from Shamsuddin Idrisu. He says, my attention has been drawn to a writ of summons issued in my name with my address from the Walewale constituency. I entreat the public to disregard the writ as I have not instructed any lawyer to do so on my behalf. As a committed member of the NPP, I have absolute respect for the decisions of the National Council and would not use the courts to undermine such decisions. We are all looking forward to the National Delegates Conference this weekend at the University of Ghana. God bless the NPP, and it's signed by Shamsuddin Idrisu, Walewale constituency.
He says that he is not behind the suit.
Can you imagine?
So who went to the courts then to go and issue a writ in his name?
I mean, it's a pressure that has been brought to bear on him.
Yeah.
You see, the gentleman, the other defendant,
Right.
couldn't have just put his name there. I mean, if you look at the affidavit that he has sworn again, he said he had this gentleman's
permission
to do that on his behalf.
So they are the plaintiffs
They are the plaintiffs in this matter. In any case, there is no law that says that one person cannot take the NPP to court. So what would have been the benefit of adding another person to the suit?
You think that this man is under pressure?
I mean, look at where he's coming from. Is it not Walewale?
Yes.
That is the home region of the flag bearer, the previous flag bearer. Dr. Baumia. So in such instances, I can imagine the pressure that will be brought to bear on him. That, hey, why do you want to disintegrate the strategy that we are doing? And that is why he will come out. If he want to say, he should go to the court and say his name is not part of it, and let the gentleman alone go with a suit. But there's no law that bars him for doing that. They are on point. He gave your house address. Everything is on point. You have not denied even your house address. Who would have given Kojo Wati in Bantama your address in Walewale? I mean, what are we talking about? Things are happening.
I see. Doc, your government has withdrawn every military bodyguard, or if you like, man guard or woman guard. Why now? All the appointees, everybody who hitherto had military guard, your government says no. We have cancelled it. Question is, why now?
Johnny, I would say that definitely there should be a time
Sunrise on 3 FM
in the life of anybody to have change. As to when the change comes, nobody can tell. But once you realize that change is necessary, you need to effect it. And we think that it is time, once we are resetting Ghana, it is time for us to reset the military in the aspect whereby military are assigned to individuals. It is very sad. Fine, if I am an official and I have a military officer as my bodyguard, I'll be happy. But you ask yourself, what is the person coming to do? That is the question I'm saying, because we've seen, I'm a Ghanaian. We move around and you see military officers holding baskets, pounding
the shopping
malls and all that.
I saw one at Accra Mall, and Yati girl be like that, and be followed by a soldier. I was shocked. I've been telling my colleagues, I saw them at Accra Mall, and for a moment I thought it was okay, it's husband and wife. But then the way the lady was, I said, no, this cannot be husband and wife. This is some big man's something moving around with military.
And most of the time, if you look at the appointees, some of them, they have two military officers, one in their vehicle and the other in the house. The one in the house there, you become a useless, you become a cleaner, or at best maybe a cook. Because you are the one who is going to do all the dirty work in the house.
You say they pound fufu?
Yes.
With the military uniform?
Oh, they are doing it. They are doing it because your boss says do it.
Doc, talk well.
I'm serious.
Say they pound fufu.
Yes,
they wear military uniform to pound fufu.
They pound fufu. And that is what the defense minister, Dr. Omanibuama, is saying, that it doesn't show respect for the institution as a whole. And so if we are resetting to bring the dignity back. We don't want to see a military man. Sometimes, like you said, you go to the mall, you see a very young girl because the dad has sent the young girl and the military man has to escort them. It was the military man assigned to the young girl. some 18 years, 20 years, and he's just moving about, and a military man is just following him anywhere. He's going to see his friends, and the military man is driving to follow. Why? All these things, it doesn't show respect. Because I know, and I stand to be corrected, in the States, before Trump became the president, I mean, coming the second time,
right,
when he left office, or even way before, and we knew that he was a billionaire, he had his own personal bodyguards who were not military officers, as in from the U.S. military, that were assigned to him. These were private military people that were, I mean, providing security for this. And when you go to the States, I know that these things go on. So, as a country, we should have a policy whereby people who have money and are afraid to die because of one or two issues,
okay,
and or they deem their safety so much that the safety of the general, security agencies and those things, they don't trust, and they think that for one or two reasons they want personal security. They should be able to pay more, because if you look at what they are doing, how much are they paying for this security? People, or these military people. But if you go for a private security, you say you have money and you want personal protection.
That's right.
And the person should follow you anywhere you go. Even in the washroom, the person is standing in front of your...
At the entrance.
Yes, at the entrance of your washroom. When you even want to go and poo-poo, the person should be smelling your poo-poo because he's your bodyguard. Then you should be willing to pay more value for money. But what we see, I don't think that all those who are being assigned to individuals and all that, they just pay them their normal salary from the government. I don't know the arrangement, how it goes, but I think that still it doesn't show respect for our security agents, because they are the top in terms of security. When we have issues that is beyond what the police can do, that's when we bring in the military. These are the people pounding fufu.
I don't. Solo, do you know about this fufu pounding thing?
Yes, I've heard of it, and I have a lot.
There are soldiers who have been assigned to people who are in their houses.
That's what they do.
Some of them pound fufu.
Yeah, pound fufu. Some of them escort them to the markets. How can you have a male soldier escorting a female to the market? Yeah. That is not good enough. The original purpose for the armed forces is not to be following people to the market. It's to defend this country against external aggression. So why would you want to change what? With the electoral commissioner, sometimes you see the number of soldiers that are even guiding us. Are we in a war country or war zone that we must have this? It's a step in the right direction.
Right.
If they need protection, they must go for the police, and the police must protect everyone. There shouldn't be any class system. Yes, you have people that are mandated by the constitution to have police protection here and there.
Right.
But not everybody. A time will come, you have these galamseyers who have gotten so much to be protecting them. One of the reasons why Major Muhammad died was that he was protecting a mining site of a private company.
Right.
And that led to that death. If he was providing security for the state in terms of the original functions of would we have had that experience? We don't have to. It's not needed. We must stop that. Either than that, these soldiers, private men will go engage them, and they will use them against those of us who we don't even have pepper spray.
But how did we? Okay.
We don't even have pepper spray. Or you have some, Johnny?
I didn't see that coming. Ask how Akum see.
How Akum see? You have tigers in this country, go with pepper spray. I don't know for what. We will go and walk empty. Jai is a helper.
Jai alone is Christian. Emmanuel Kutin is joining us on the phone line. He's the Executive Director of African Center for Security and Counterterrorism. Kutin, good morning. Thank you for your time.
Johnny, good morning. Thank you for having me. Let me use the opportunity to greet your production team, my good friend Sulu, and our good listeners.
Now, let's begin the conversation from Burma camp, if you will. The withdrawal of military protection for government officials. Is it the right thing, or are we putting them in harm's way? What do you think?
Johnny, you see, governance is a very simple matter, but we have made governance so complicated. If you look at our statutes and the laws we have, and under the case and the reference, you want to apply the Security Acts and all the CIs. I think you wouldn't have to do anything to please Ghanaians by doing the right things. That is what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is simply doing. Johnny, in time past, when we were kids, it was scarce to see a military personnel on the street. Even when you do, you'll be so scared to death. But what has happened under the Fourth Republican Constitution, we will reduce the uniform to practically nothing, in complete violation to the Security Act establishing the security institutions. You see the military at parties directing and parking cars, guiding politicians and carrying their bags and files and stuff of this nature. So I think the best thing that has happened to the Ghana military is what the governments have taken. And I'm sure this didn't just happen out of the blue. John Mahama had been in government before. He had been in operation for 8 years. I think he listened to the Ghanaians people, the voices of the ordinary Ghanaians. You see, look at the instant case of Charlotte, where they militarized her residence. You pass and you see armored vehicles parked there. Who is after the life of J. Mensah? Who is after the life of J. Mensah? Johnny, when that military was withdrawn, if J. Mensah not going about her duties, who have harmed her? And you see, securities are the simple, basic things we do. I'll give you this example, Johnny.
Right.
I went to the Accra Mall with one of the prominent chiefs from the north.
Right.
Without security. When we were going out, I told him that, Chief, you know why? Let's have fun. Let's go out, dress normally, so that you'll be shocked no one even know whom you are. We went to Accra Mall and walked freely, except one curious contractor who saw the image and said, this person resembles this person, but no, this person cannot be here. According to him, he went to and back. His conscience didn't allow him, before he came and confronted us, and our northern tradition, to greet him.
Right.
So you see what security is all about. But if this chief was going with an escort, everybody will know who is going and who is not going. So we must stop this political patronage. I will call it so because the politicians use that as a way to suppress institutions of conscience so that they can have their way. So it's the best thing. No politician is at risk. If you look at the Security Act, Johnny, I'm not sure the police are saying they cannot give this kind of security that we are using the military. Another aspect the government needs to focus on is that some of the military guys have turned themselves laggards indirectly, protecting people's lands, and when they are dispute, you see them mobilizing themselves and appearing there. I think these are the sort of things they need to look at. And another issue we need to look at, Johnny, is also the fact that we need to bring certain standards within our army. Then they are used at the last resort. Just like we witnessed in Ablukuma North when the government took a stand that they didn't need the military. You understand? So when the military don't intervene unnecessarily, and when the need arises, you see that there will be law and order. Because they say familiarity breeds what? Contempt.
That's right.
So I want to really thank the Minister of Defense. He's taken certain bold decisions I've never seen before, especially when he brought this presidential jet issue before Parliament. In time past, the other government heed under national security consideration when we are putting our leaders in harm's way. Johnny, just look at neighboring countries and their presidential jets, and look at our international reputation, and look at what we are using. And we always cry our economy is not good. Are we the only one who have economic challenges? Is it not a shame for us as a country that the only jet that flies our national flag, our pride, is grounded? Even we cannot even have an Ghana Airways. Where is it? In the 1957s, John, on the streets of London, the buses and things used to advertise Ghana Airways. Have you come or we have gone, Johnny? Go to Kenya here.
We have gone.
And see the number of aircrafts Kenya as a country have. What is wrong with us?
Let me bring in Solo. Solo, this will lead us into electoral violence. We saw what happened at Blakema North.
Yes.
We saw what happened at Ayaso West Wogon. We saw Talensi. We saw Tiwa. And many others. In fact, as a country, we have gotten to the point where we say, oh, this place is a hotspot. And then we leave it at that. Are we really interested in curbing electoral violence?
As for electoral violence, I don't see that we are really interested in curbing, depending on who is in power, they enjoy from the violence. If our laws were going to work, Johnny, why must we have a problem? Because violence is a crime. You can't tell me that you committed violence because you belong to a political party and it was a political sin. You don't have any right to beat anybody. You don't have any right to use a knife on anybody.
Right.
So once done, the laws of the land must work. But many a times, those that are to ensure that the laws work are themselves beneficiary of the actions of these people. And that is why it seems to me that we are not making any headway with electoral violence.
You saw what happened at Blakema North.
Yes.
How Akumsin said, look, she had pepper spray.
Yeah, I saw him spraying the
She
pepper.
thought that she was under attack, so she had to defend herself. And this is not the first time she's made a statement to the point that she had to defend herself. Remember when she shot the gun, police, went through it, she has not been formally charged, etc. That pent-up anger that people build, and then the political class versus the masses, can we say it's a cause for political violence?
It's a cause for political violence, and I believe that Hawa Kumsi must begin to review her own movement in terms of politics. She has done things in the past. Let's not run away from it. If you go to the Utu Senior East and the sort of things that she has done there, I mean, if we are to discuss it, it will take a whole day. How come
but people say she's a good person too?
It depends on
she's a giver.
That is even another matter. We all know the salary levels of Hawa Kumsi when she was a minister. So if you go there and describe her as a good person by virtue of the fact that she has been giving out money or doling out money, have you asked her where she got those money from? We are encouraging thievery in our system and we say people are good.
Solo.
Look, anytime you hear people say that this politician is good, the only measure of that goodness is that the person gives out money. Now, if you are 100 or, look, the whole of, let's take Okakwe South, for instance, that you have more than 60,000 voters.
Right.
And each day, if people are going to go to the MP, and the MP will even give out one city, that would be 60,000.
Right.
How much are parliamentarians paid? For that MP to be able to give you that one city,
60,000.
And you are happy? Don't you know that it's your tax revenue that he is giving you? Just a fraction, a minute fraction, 0.001%. So you are endorsing or encouraging him to go and steal more so that he can come and give you a fraction. All that is expected of our politicians is to make sure that the resources, the tax revenue that they collect are put to good use. That is why I don't expect you to be giving me money. For what work have I done for you that you must be giving me money?
These boys that are used, to foment trouble,
yes.
Where do they get them from?
No, I mean, our system. These are school dropouts. They have no parental care. So they themselves, life has beaten them. So if you go and tell them that come and follow me, go and foment troubles, I'll give you money. For them, they see it as a job. I'm sure you have seen videos circulating on various social media handles where invisible forces are now complaining that they were used and dumped. How can you allow someone like your father to use you and dump you? Because you thought that he didn't have job and that by following the person will come to power and go and steal and come and give you. And these politicians will also not advise you that, look, my brother, go and better yourself, go and learn a trade so that you will be relevant in any governance structure. They would never tell, because they always need you to go and foment troubles. This was the only time, one of the few times that a prominent person was involved in an attack, how Akumsi. And I also we saw what happened to Sam George.
That's right.
Many a times it's the downtrodden, the foot soldiers that are beaten, that nobody will go to their aid. The political class will always be saved. So I am saying that the young men of this country must learn from some of these things. Politics is not a contest of machoism. It's a contest of ideas.
Would you put part of the blame at the doorstep of the police in terms of, if you look at Ablekuma North, for example, in terms of how the policing was done? You could clearly see that there were policemen at the gates, but the boys just bullied their way through and went straight towards Hawa Kumsing. Would you blame the police?
I will blame them, but I will blame the leadership of the police. You see, police or security is to work with instructions.
Right.
So what command or orders were given to them was going on the field? If they were told by their commanders that when you go there, anything you see, just stand aloof. UNE. Well, they can't do anything. You understand? So this is why we have to call. And I'm very happy that the Interior Minister said he has given the videos of the place to the IGP to investigate. I'm waiting for the outcome of his investigations as to whether or not there will be any real actions taken. And they themselves must also come clear. Most of the policemen that were on the field didn't even have guns.
That's right. That's correct.
So how can you deploy a policeman whose major tool is a gun without having a gun? It means you were going to encourage the thugs who will not come to these grounds without anything to come and misbehave. Again, for how Akumsi to have gone there with that pepper spray, it means she also got some intel that there could be attacks. Who gave her that intel? And why did she report that intel to the police that were at site that my life had been threatened or I am likely to face these circumstances? So be on the alert.
She was standing with the police, by the way, when the attack happened.
But she thought, I'm sure she was standing there, but she had never alerted them that, look, people could come and attack you because, and even if she had that intel, she felt that the pepper spray was enough to deal with any threat that could come her way. And that is how come when the people were coming, she was bold enough, standing there and spraying them.
She didn't see the flying man coming.
So the flying man, I'm sure, that is why investigation is important. Because for the guy to have flown that level, some pepper that have entered the eye that the guy at that point said, look,
enough is enough.
Now there's a school that says, Jolali, now or never. If I don't head back there is never. So we have to go into these matters, investigate thoroughly, so that we take it out of politics. That decent men and women will not want to be in politics.
Doc, we have our Kwetia coming up. We have seen Ablekuma North.
Yeah.
We have seen Ayaso West Wogon. We have seen Talensi. Yeah. We have seen Atiwa. We have seen Ododododo. We have seen many other places. Kwetia is coming up. And we know how Akwetia is. Of the days of Baba Jamal, drilled down to my good late friend Ernest Yaokumi. What happened in Ablekuma North has been called an attack by elements of the NPP. And they say, look, they are going to retaliate and protect themselves. Are we not setting ourselves up for another fire? Doc?
So, if you look at what happened at Ablekuma North,
right,
I will not agree with the NPP saying that this is an attack on them on any day, because so far investigations are still ongoing, and there hasn't been any evidence or any report that has come out to say that A, B, or C, these are the people that were involved, and these are party card holding members of NDC. So these are just mere allegations, and allegations are grounds for investigation, and that's why the Interior Minister has forwarded it to the IGP for further and thorough investigation of the process. So I think that violence on any day is unacceptable anywhere.
Right.
Because we might say that, oh, today it wasn't me, but tomorrow it will be you.
Right.
As a Ghanaian, you need to exercise your franchise whenever there's an election going on. So you are likely to be at where the polls are taking place on any day if you are voting. Whatever happened, we can say, oh, this was something that was calculated because Honorable Howard Kumsin went prepared. Others also say that what happened yesterday is what we are going to answer. It's not what is going to happen today because there's a precedence. All these things can happen, but when that takes place, whoever is in the vicinity, you can be affected. So on any day, I don't encourage this thing to keep going on. But for them to come out and say, oh, because of what has happened, we are also going to retaliate, it's a wrong move. And I think the people who have come out with this video, they should be arrested by now, because this is a threat to national security. There's an election that is going to take place at a constituency.
That's right.
That has Ghanaians, that has people who are staying there. And somebody comes out to say, what happened here, we will also come and cause worse than what we saw. This is a threat. And the police, I'm sure if they are listening to us, by now, they should have, videos of these kind of people coming out to say we will do A, B, C, and they should invite them. For what reason? If people are punished before the election takes place, then this will serve as a deterrent so that nobody will go there and go and misbehave.
But if we leave it, then people will be emboldened.
Yes. It means that already the system has endorsed that it's a retaliatory event. When it happens, go and prepare and amass more strength and come in.
Tit for tat becomes a game.
Like my brother said, the era we find ourselves, 21st century, we are looking at macho to go and fight. That is stupidity, because we are thinking about using our intellect.
Brain, not brawn.
Yes. If I don't agree with him, as we sit here right now, there's no need for me to throw. I have to also share we have to develop what we call tolerance. Ghanaians, most people, because of the low level of education, and I don't know whether it's the upbringing, they don't understand what is tolerance. So if I don't agree with you, the next thing is I have to attack you.
Let me bring in Mr. Cotton. Mr. Cotton, so again, were you satisfied with the kind of security that was provided? First, we had a lot of men on the ground, but then if you look at the inner perimeter, outer perimeter, if you look at the 30 meter square radius, you look at the advanced party, you look at brute cordon, you are the security expert. Did we tick all those boxes such that what happened at Ablekumanot couldn't have happened, and if you will, looking at Akwetia, introspectively?
Johnny, I think if you monitor all the platforms in Ghana today, everybody agrees, it's unanimous, that the police failed in its work. And the mistake the police did was to underestimate the Ablekumanot elections, given that it was only 19 police stations. They shouldn't have put in the responsibility on the region. It should have had a national outlook, given the interest. You see that the people who came to Ablekumanot were even more than the voting population in this 19 police station per se. And another thing they did, which I agree with them, in crowd control management, as we have seen in the past, it was agreed that no one should bear a weapon, which to some extent strategic-wise is good.
Right.
But it should have been other things like the baton. And they should have stationed water cannon, this water cannon, in case there's any riot, they can quickly disperse the people and stuff like that. And given that it was 19 polling stations, they should have put layers of security. If you are not a voter, underline, no matter who you are, you don't get closer to the ballot box. So how Kufuor was able to access that inner perimeter when she was not a voter, neither was she party agent for the fact that she's a former minister of state.
Right.
You see, we glorify these positions too much. You see, to serve is a privilege, you understand? So you can use that title to, as it were, breach security protocols. Secondly, Johnny, if there were these layers and there were proper searches in place, like in the case of how Kufuor bearing pepper spray, it would have been detected and removed. Is that not the case? So, granted that how Kufuor was carrying very offensive weapons like bombs and wanted to cause mayhem, you can imagine. So, you see why it's easy in Ghana. If terrorists really want to attack us, it will be a serious problem. God is indeed our guide. So we shouldn't compromise on some of these things. Secondly, you see, they've arrested, understand they are charging the divisional commander who slapped the journalist.
That's Chief Superintendent Lumo.
You know, I told you this arrest was cosmetic.
Right.
They use video evidence to interdict this senior police officer, correct?
That's correct.
There are equally video evidence of people who perpetrated this violence at Ablekuma. Why are arrests not being effected as of now? What message are we communicating? Are we not emboldening impunity, Johnny? So the police as an institution must sit up and build trust between the two political parties, given that Akotia is just at the corner.
Okay, let me quickly ask you this, and in 30 seconds, if you can give me an answer, I'll be very happy. The police is supposed to be engaged in crowd control, but you look at all the videos from Tiwa to Talensi to Ayas Westward, name the places, Ablekuma North, and you find that the people who are supposed to be controlling the crowd are entangled in the crowd. In most of the cases, you found in Ayas Westward, DSP Azugu was literally helpless. There was another ACP that I saw at Ablekuma North, was standing in there. It was just, turning round and round and trying to, literally beg the people and all of that. It clearly tells you that when it comes to crowd control, there's a little much to be desired. What do you say?
It's a command issue, Johnny.
Sunrise on 3
There's total lack of orderliness within the Ghana police as an institution. You know it's a regimental institution. But because of political influence, command becomes an issue. You can see a commander even afraid of a corporal. That's the state and the professional level our Ghana police institution has come to. So it's purely a command issue. If the guys are allowed to do their work, Johnny, they will do it to perfection. So sometimes, like we saw in the case of Ablekuma North, they were overrun by politically charged people.
That's right.
Who are you to intervene? Then they'll single you out. And you face the service inquiry like this divisional police commander is doing. Because obviously, it was the wrong target. I'm sure if this policeman had slapped a civilian and not a journalist, the case would have been different as we talk today. But because it's a journalist, and the Ghana Journalists Association have taken a serious stand on this because there have been many of such instances. Then we come to professionalism, Johnny. If a divisional commander could misconduct himself that way, he's commanding the truth. Is that not it?
That's correct.
What do you think about the truth itself?
We'll leave it here. Mr. Emmanuel Kuti, thank you very much. The Executive Director, the Africa Center for Security and Counterterrorism. We're grateful. Doc, you have the closing thought on this one. Solo will have his bite as well. But in 1 minute, you tell me. So what do we leave us with? Akwetia is coming up. How should we prepare?
I think that whatever the case is, we should not go with the mentality that we are going to retaliate as a country and as a people. And you see, you can say that I'm bringing in my forces and we are going to take over the place, but who knows? You go there and you'll be overpowered. So I don't think the issue of, we have the people, we have the men, and we mobilize them, because this thing of these guys that we mobilize them most of the time to go and fight for us when there's an election is becoming too many. And I think that we should have a system. Already there's a law that is banning the formation
Act 999 of 2019, Vigilantism related to Offence Act.
This vigilante and all that. So whoever is involved has to be punished. I'll say that it doesn't matter the color, the person in terms of party, whether NPP, NDC, that person has to be punished by the laws of the country. And the security has to prepare with, enough materials to go there, because what happened, it means that the preparation wasn't adequate.
Johnny, the intelligence-led security must be encouraged. Fortunately for us, in this time, and those that even want to go and commit crime, they are bold enough or they are meticulous enough to do a video of themselves and tell us that they are going to commit crime. So they must be sharp on all social networks to get information to prevent these occurrences, and I think with that we'll be good to go.
Thank you very much, Mr. Solomon Owusu of the Movement for Change. He said their party is coming up strongly very, very soon. And also Dr. Ntiama, Electoral at the University of Ghana, also a member of the NDC's National Communications team, joined us here. Helen,
A very good morning. Impactful conversations as always. But of course, Akwetia is coming up. I know the minority, they were not too happy about what the majority leader had to say on the floor of Parliament yesterday about, declaring that seat vacant. They said it's too fresh. We're still crying. Give us a bit of time to get ourselves together.
Okay.
All sincerity as a Ghanaian, that I feel terribly sad today